Okay, so just to review all of the things that we learned today, we learned about significant digits. So essentially remembering that numbers 1 through 9 are significant, and then sandwiched zeros and trailing zeros are also significant, but those leading zeros are not. We learned how to record our answers in scientific notation using the formula of n equals 10 to the power of a, where n is a number between 1 and 10, but is not 10, and then our a is an integer, okay? And that integer represents the number of spaces that we've moved our decimal. We talked about expectations on a calculation question, so essentially that you've drawn a picture or you've done a middle calculation, that you've given you've written down what the given is, what the required is, that you've done your formula, your substitution, and your answer, okay? And then finally, we looked at a few types of graphs and kind of what those graphs tell us about the relationship between the two variables that are represented there. So the essential question that we were trying to answer is, why is it important to communicate your answer appropriately? And the main reason is so that we can represent, or we can redo these particular sorry, that's not what I wanted to say, so that we can replicate these particular questions or these particular answers in the real life, and make sure that they are at the same degree of accuracy, as well as so then we can look at our data and we know what that is trying to tell us, okay? Because we don't just take data to take data, we actually take data to see the relationships between things. So we need to make sure that we have that in our back pocket. And the expectations and why we write those calculation questions in that particular format is so that we can effectively communicate what we were thinking at the time, whether it be for ourselves later when we look back, or whether it be to communicate to me so that I know where I can help you if you're still not quite getting the answer. Thank you for being a part of Physics 20 Lesson 1, and remember, if you have any questions, just shoot me an email.